Hey guys, welcome back to Records Rebuilds. Today we're replacing the radiator on a C4 Corvette. This one behind me is a 1994 model. This video should be good for all cars 92 to 96, the models with LT1s in them. The part number on the radiator says that it's also good for an 89 to 91, those few L98 or maybe those late L98 cars. The radiator on my car was leaking. I went ahead and replaced it. I looked far and wide to find a radiator that fit as OEM did. I did not want to cut or otherwise break the radiator shroud. I think that was designed to drive airflow through that condenser and that radiator, so I wanted to keep it intact. So I found a part. That part is in the description and it will be used in this video. Now, there are a lot of other aftermarket radiators for sale for this car that do not fit as OEM, and you have to do some splicing or cutting of that radiator shroud. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, I am doing my best with lighting here, but we are under a car, so bear with me a bit. Again, the petcock valve is here. So all you need to do, you get a tray under there and then twist it. There we go. Now it's turning. I've got, and there, see, it's under pressure right now. And it's probably best, you know, I didn't do it here, but there is a spot and I could have run a hose up in there around it. That would have been the smart thing to do to not get fluid everywhere. But here we are learning from our mistakes, right? So we're going to let all this fluid drain out. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and start getting this fan assembly off here, at least on the bottom. And when we lower it down, it'll be a lot easier to work on, pull the top off, and ultimately pull the radiator out. Alright guys, we've got the car lowered down, and what we've got to do next is pull off this air box, pull off this mass airflow sensor. You're going to have to unplug it here and unplug the, there's another plug here to unplug. We're going to have to take off the hose. I think we'll have to take off these relays. There are a number of bolts that we have to take off. And that should pull the shroud off, and we can go from there. Okay guys, we've got the radiator out, we've got the radiator shroud out. The hardest part about the shroud is these AC lines going into the condenser here, and they just, you know, the plastic doesn't want to fit around there. You just have to work at it and get it out. I try to find a better way. You get caught on this bracket here. You can loosen these up. It's very tight and hard to get to these screws. I've put them back on, but I loosened these up and it helped me just get a little bit of extra push to pull and get some extra room and get that shroud off. Once you get the shroud off, the radiator will lift right on out. It's dirty as hell, especially the AC condenser. Mine's still a little bit dirty if you can see, but it was totally covered. So I vacuumed it all out, cleaned it up plenty. And now we're gonna put the new radiator in. I'll come over here, show you the new radiator. Right here. You know, it looks just like the original. Okay, one more thing before we stick this in. I've got this new radiator here, old radiator here. I actually think, from stickers on, you can see how dirty the old one is. Some stickers here, original equipment. Quality certified. I wonder if this is actually a replacement radiator as well. Not 100% certain, but you can actually tell, I think you can tell anyway, this one's actually a little bit thicker, but everything else looks pretty much the same. I mean, I don't think the thickness in the reservoirs on the side is any different, but the actual aluminum is slightly thicker, so maybe just a 5 or 10 millimeters is all. Okay guys, I've got the radiator back in there. I mean, it's easy as hell. It slides into the slot at the bottom that it fits nicely into. The hard part of this job is the shroud. Getting it off, getting it back on. One more thing here to show you is the shroud. It's right here. I believe this chrome is probably aftermarket. There is a little sensor down in here, and when you're taking the shroud off, don't forget about this or you'll get hung up. So there's just a clip, like all the other clips we undid, and it's right there. We're all set. Everything's reassembled on the car. Couple notes on this project. I think number one is that the hardest part is the shroud, the radiator shroud. It's really tight. It's there, and I assume it's that tight to make sure air goes to the right places. Getting it off, you know, there's a lot of bolts. None of those are really too hard to get to, but you got to find them all. It's all 10 millimeter and 13 millimeter sockets. And then you're going to just have to wiggle and finagle the shroud to get it off. And mine went back on easier. Yours may not, but I think when you're putting it back on also, there are slots inside of it for both the AC condenser as well as the radiator. And so the thing won't fit on there right until you've kind of got those slotted in. And then it falls right down and you can put the bolts in to secure it. Then you're putting your intake filter box as well as the mass airflow unit that connects back up to your intake manifold on. You want to make sure you get this breather tube on. That could be easy to forget. And you want to make sure you get all your plugs. 1, 2, there's one down here before you put the intake box on, and then one to run the fans down below the car. All of them are important. So I think, you know, you can get a little tired on this job and forget about one of those plugs, and you'll throw codes and have problems. Something might not run right, and you'll think you destroyed your car. So remember all 4 of those. Get it back together. Overall, not a terrible job. Probably took me 3 hours total. And you know, got a brand new radiator, and it's all running and working good. I'm filling it up right now, burping it down, and it does not appear to be leaking, so all worked out well. Thanks guys. Appreciate you watching Records Rebuilds, and have a nice day.